today's a new day. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a new day. We are gonna get the rest of the stuff done. I have 3, 4. Why did I just think it was 3 when it's 4? Oh my goodness. Plastic wicker baskets. I know that sounds weird. That were originally in there, and now we're gonna reorganize them and fit them in the closet, hopefully. And yeah, this should be fun. So I mentioned it yesterday. If you guys have been following me along on this series, I mentioned it that things have changed. You know, you make a plan, and then you do some work, and then you have to adapt. You have to be flexible, or else you could just make yourself crazy, honestly. So the first one I started with was this basket that I kind of had like paper in. It's where I kept calendars from the Dollar Tree that I use for printables. I have my drawing pads in there, as well as the sticky sort of vinyl that I got from my friend Bobby that we used to make the unicorn photo booth, if you guys remember that. I also keep like weird things, like when I use a picture frame with just its glass. Like I made a lantern that I never showed on camera that I may redo, but when I made that lantern I used the glass in the picture frame, but I kept the cardboard backing because it's a nice thick cardboard and I figured I might be able to use it someday. And I was gifted some 6-inch tiles. I have my drawing pads in here, one for pastels, one for watercolors, just stuff like that. I just wanted to organize it so it's not a lot of stuff sticking up. What I had in here for a really long time is like the mason jar chipboard signs that have the googly eyeballs on them. Like we bought a few to make projects for the future. And what I took out though was all of the labels. What used to be in here also were all of my chalkboard labels, like the sticky labels, the ones for the mason jars, as well as basically every chalkboard sort of sign and label that I have were all in here. And what I decided to put in here was the sort of the new shopping bags that we have in Buffalo Check, because to me I'm always utilizing that as a specialty paper. I know that that sounds weird because it's totally a shopping bag and you could use them for shopping bags, but I figured that I would probably treat them more like paper than fabric, so I was going to go ahead and add this here. The thing, and the reason I'm pointing this out is because I say to Jimmy all the time, the key to organizing is when you're looking for something, what's the first thing that popped into your head where it might be? Well, that's probably where it should go, because it will probably always be the first place that pops into your head. So if you always keep extra soap under the bathroom sink, that's, you know, and if you say, where's the extra soap, and you think under the bathroom sink, then that's where it should go. Plus, we added some of the labels and chalkboard labels that we found with my sticker collection, and we just added them together once we got to there. I'm back. Hi everybody, welcome back. We're ready for more updates on Closet Project 2019. Oh, it has been, you know, just like with any organizing project, you have a good plan, and then you don't know until you actually put it into practice whether or not it'll work the way you planned it. So, just like any, like I said, just like any cleaning or organizing project, things kind of evolve, which is good. Actually, that's actually a really good thing. If you have it stuck in your head that this is 100% how it's going to be, you'll just end up being frustrated or disappointed. So what you do is you basically say, I have a plan. It's obviously, I'm flexible with it, and we'll go with the flow as much as possible. So what I have, and I'll turn you guys around real quick. So I'm still sitting at the table, but what we have so far is this bottom shelf has just the farmhouse basket on it, but I don't think that's going to stay. I think that's going to stay on my desk. And right there is a basket that has all of my chipboard signs in it, and the cut up pieces of chipboard, like basically all of the signs that we do DIYs with. Next to it, like around the corner, is actually a shoebox, a plastic shoebox that is basically full of tools that we don't use as often, like the laser level and the block plane and my Dremel and that sort of stuff, but I could still access it quite easily. And then down below, as you know, is my storage buckets. No. And down below is Jimmy's toolbox. He basically put the tools away that were on my desk last night, today, and afterwards he realized that he didn't really organize it that well, that he wants to redo that bottom half, the bottom portion of the closet soon. So we may even look for different storage containers that will better fit the space and our needs. Okay. What I had here was these pom-pom baskets. Mom, I could fit 4 across, and I have 6, but I noticed that at the top shelf, I have some memories and stuff there. Sorry, that's making it dark. I have some memories and stuff there. So I noticed that I have room for 2 pom-pom baskets, which is perfect. 4 plus 2 is 6. And I may just do that with whatever, like, sort of miscellaneous stuff that I find. Not miscellaneous, but miscellaneous groups of objects. For example, that is all the canvases. That is just miscellaneous. That is all of like the picture frame arts and stuff, and that is the canvases and picture frames back there. Okay, what I noticed here is these baskets that were, if you remember, I had 4 plastic baskets in these on a diagonal, and we noticed that they do fit. They do hang over, Jimmy said, by like that much. So I went and looked, and it's, yeah, they hang over by about that much. However, it's going to be the perfect utilization of space. And I will tell you, the one thing I did notice, and I said to Jimmy this morning, when we were planning the shelves, and this is 100% honest, when we were planning the shelves, I not only took into account what I needed, I also took into account what was cheaper and what was easier. Of course, what I needed was them to be front to back shelves, the entire closet. But of course, that just wasn't something we can afford or super practical to put together. The only way that we could have afforded to do that was if we had gotten plywood, but then cutting down the plywood, as easy as you saw me cut down the boards with the jigsaw, cutting down plywood, it chips, it's a lot more difficult. It also isn't as strong as the solid boards, which is another thing to consider. And the uprights would have had to been different. Just a lot of things would have had to be different. But what we did was we came up with this solution, and this solution, like I said, is adjustable. It is, we can even expand it, which is what we were saying. So I started to say, like, this is not exactly as much storage as I need. But it is what I'm going to work with. Like I said, we can make it adjustable. We could always add another board onto each shelf to make them twice as deep if that's necessary. I know that the temporary, the memories up in the top shelf is kind of temporary. I know my camera bag is going to stay there, but the rest of it is eventually going to get put away. And I say it's memories. It's, it's sort of like, how do you get rid of them? But my father was a really excellent fisherman, and I got quite a few plaques. In fact, one, he had a prize, I think it was a flounder. Yeah, because it was my mother's birthday, right? He had like a prize flounder he won on my mother's birthday after she passed away. So it was sort of like, that one is super special. So I do have some plans for where I want to hang them eventually. But for right now, they're stored for the future, for the near future. There you go. And I also have some memory boxes that I have to go through still in my room that I do want to kind of like, I know when my father first passed away, I did ask my sisters and brothers, like, what all do you want? But I think that stuff like that they don't really know that they miss until they see it again, sort of. So I know that they all have a little bit of sentimentality each. Like, I know we have different levels of it, obviously, but anyway, so I have some things that eventually I'd like to go through and give away. My father, it'll be 10 years in February that my father's passed away. So I thought that might be a good sort of time to just say, hey, I've held on to this for 10 years. Would you like it? All right, anyway, so that's temporary up there. So I will be able to, like, alleviate a lot more space. That basket is kind of wide. I don't know if you saw that basket in the before video, but what it is the kind that clamp onto a shelf. However, the two that I have in my mudroom closet clamp onto the shelf, and I guess just to show you, like, they clamp onto the shelf, and the clamp and the edge of the basket are the same. So the edge of the basket, I don't even know how to say it. Let me get a little basket. Let me get a little sample. Let me get a little visual aids here. Let's get some visual aids. I gotta have a little something. Did I put everything away already? Poop. Okay. So the one we have in the mudroom, so this is the basket, this is the edge of the basket. It clamps on, so, and it's lower so that you can get in and out of the basket like this. You know, you get in and out of the basket like this. This one clamps on, and the edge of the basket's all the way out here. So it doesn't lay flush. And because the fact that it's so deep, you can't fit it with a closet rod. It can only be on a shelf that doesn't have a rod under it. So, and I got it at I think I got it at, not Goodwill, but Savers, I think, when we were in St. Louis when I first moved here. Anyhow, it's been fine there. It's been perfect, actually, since we didn't have shelves in there before. But now that we have shelves, it's hanging too low. It's impeding on that top shelf. So we went ahead and put it up there, and we're eventually going to make some more space up there. But come back to where the story started, Jer. What I'm going to finish doing now is going through my wood basket. What I have already organized was the paper baskets, sort of like, it has like drawing pads in it. I think I videotaped it already, so you guys saw it. It's got like the calendars from the Dollar Tree that I cut pictures out of. It's got the black and white shopping bags, like anything that's like a specialty kind of paper. Drawing pads, it's got pastel paper in there, construction paper, all that stuff. It's lined up in there. And all of that pretty metallic vinyl that I got from my friend Bobby, which I didn't really ever try in the Cricut. I wonder how that'll be in the Cricut. It's very thick vinyl. Anyhow, so that's all in there. And then this basket has all of the wood stuff in it, like rolling pins and big dowels. And then that basket has all stickers. Okay, if you saw it. This basket, this one. I'm backwards in the camera, forgive me. This basket in the back has all the stickers in it, and that basket over there has like a miscellaneous Mod Podge of, like, mostly it's lighting. So it's like twinkle lights, string lights, battery operated candles, anything like that. And I may take that basket and divvy it up into, I have one more like pom-pom cubie. And I think I may do that because I think I want to utilize that basket a little bit differently and a little bit better. So you guys, I'm going to point you down at the work. I want to get to working.